Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what is Python, what's programming, and how to download Anaconda. What's Anaconda? So let's start with what's programming. So programming is a language. Let's suppose you have a friend named Ali and you want to talk to him, so you have to choose any specific language which should be known by him and by you so that both of you can talk to each other. So if you want to talk to the computer, so you have to know the programming language. So let's move on. What's Python? So Python is a popular programming language. It's easy to learn because its code is mostly like in English. So what's Anaconda and how to download it? So let me give an example. Suppose you are going to your school and you are supposed to write alphabets. So uh, you have to write it on the notebook, right? So if you want to write the programming, you want to talk to the computer, so you have to download some editor. And so that you can talk to someone. Suppose if you want to talk to your sister, so you have to speak with your tongue. And if you want to talk to the computer, so you have to download any editor so that you can talk to the computer. So let's move on how to download Anaconda. So firstly, you have to open any browser, like you can open Opera or Firefox, any other browser you want, right? So you have to write Anaconda. You will be giving the first website with the name Anaconda. You have to click to the Anaconda website. After clicking, you'll see an interface like this. Then you have to click to free download. After clicking to free download, you'll see this type of page. Then you don't want to enter your email address. You just have to click to skip registration. Then scroll down, and after that, you'll see Mac, Windows, and Linux. If you're using Linux, so you have to install it on Linux. If you're using Mac, so you have to install it on Mac. In my case, I'm using Windows, so I have to install it on Windows. After installing it on Windows, it'll show you this type of interface. So then you have to click next, then press I agree. Then you have to click I agree. Then you can use the default location, but if you want to change, you can. Then you have to click to add Python 3 on my Python on the path environment variable, and then you have to click both of them. After that, you have to click next, then click next, then press finish, and then you have to search on your, if you're using Mac, you can search on your apps, you'll see Anaconda. Then you have to click, it'll launch to this type of interface. You have to click to Jupyter Notebook. After that, you have to click to new. And after new, your Anaconda is installed to your device. Now, let's do some practice on Python. So now, as we have opened our editor, so in this particular video, we'll be doing some mathematical operations in which we'll do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Before going to the mathematical operations, we'll understand that what are comments. So the comments is something you can write in pure English, you can write pure Hindi, Spanish, or any other language. So how to write a comment in Python? So if you want to write a comment, simple, you have to press Shift and 3. So it'll write something like hash. So this hash is called comment in Python. And suppose in this video, we'll be talking about sum, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So let me write about a comment about sum, right? So let's do sum. So suppose we are having two numbers, 45 plus 5. So, and now we want to add these two numbers, and we are supposed to get the answer. So how to get the answer? We can simply press this button right here and we can get the answer. And the second method to do is that we can press shift enter. So in my case, I'll not be pressing this button. I'll be using the shift enter by to run the code. So let's take one more example. So we are having 67 plus 9. So in my case, as I told that I'll use shift enter, so which is 76. So let's move on to subtraction. So shift and 3, which is subtract. So we are having 6 minus 5, which is 1. So it is giving us 1. And then we are having 3 minus 0, which is obviously 3. So let's move on to multiplication. So in multiplication, we are having a little bit difference. In multiplication, we are having something different. Like we use this X sign to represent the multiplication, right? In math. But in Python, it's like wrong. If we want to do the multiplication, so we're supposed to use this star sign by clicking Shift and 8, right? So this is a correct. This is by, if we write this, so it's wrong. Let's do, so we are having 3x4, which is giving us an error, right? But if we write Shift and 8 and we run this code, so it is giving us 12, which is the correct answer. Let me give one more example of multiplication. 7 multiplied by 89, so which is 623. So let's move on to the division. So in division, we are having two types of division. One is decimal division, which we call float and programming, and one is integer division, which we call integer in programming, right? So let's perform both of them. So suppose we are having two numbers. One is 18 divided by 2. So we're getting 9.0. We don't want to get the values after the decimal point. So how to remove them? We are writing 18 in double slash. In the first case, we use only one slash, but here we are using double slash in order to do the division in integer to get the answer in integer. So let me divide. So now we are getting only 9. We are not getting any decimal value after the point. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found this video helpful. I'd love to hear your feedback, thoughts, and questions in the comment below. Stay tuned for more videos and remember me in your prayer. I'll see you next time. Fi amanillah.